it's Stephanie here from Oh You're Lovely, and today's tutorial is a gift from my sister. But it is also about how to make succulents, a terrarium, a gift, if you will, because this is her Christmas gift. She's already gotten this before the video goes out. I'll let y'all know if she likes it. She better, or I'm gonna keep it. It's a ton of fun. It's actually a pretty simple project. However, I used a ton of different colors to create these succulents. You don't have to do this. You do not have to go over the top with all of the color choices. We just tend to be extra in our family. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial, get your hands dirty, and have a ton of fun. Let's go jump into the tutorial, you guys. The flowers we'll be using in this tutorial, we might be using all of them, we might only use some of them. We are going to use Blossom, Camellia, Cherry Blossom, Dahlia, Dazzle, Little Star, American Beauty, Zinnies, Sparkle, Gardenia, and Jasmine. You will also need paint, colors of your choice. We're going for more light succulents for this particular project. Sand, also optional. Rocks, moss, whatever you want to use to fill the bottom of your terrarium. And then completely optional, but perfect for the person that's getting this gift, crystals. Okay guys, so the first thing we're gonna do before we even jump into the full-on tutorial itself is we're gonna dye some Sola flowers to make them look like succulents. We are definitely gonna do very non-traditional colors this time around. So I'm just gonna show you a quick sped up process of putting some paint in some water, mixing it up, testing it out, and then doing a whole bunch of dyeing. If you need a much more in-depth tutorial, however, we have done a few now. I will make sure to pop them down in the description so that you can take a look. If you have any questions, you can always check those out first or message us and we will be able to answer any questions that you have about dyeing the Sola flowers. And yeah, I think that's it. All right, let's get our hands messy. Okay guys, so I've got all of my colors set. We've done all of our testers. The opacity of the colors are where I want them to be. So now I'm just gonna dip dye all of these. While some of them are wet, I'll probably go in and do a little bit of brush painting as well. We may slow this down and show a little mini tutorial, but if you want an in-depth how to paint succulents tutorial, we have one. Oh yes, we do. We also have a advanced dyeing technique as well. If you want to check that out, I'll make sure to link both of those videos below in the description. I said it right this time. Normally I say in the comments, but it'll be in the description. Those two tutorials, if you want to take a look, those are going to be much more in depth. But for right now, we are going to dive in. I'm going to just dye all of these non-traditional succulents. Super excited about this, you guys. Oh, one other thing I want to mention is I do have on the side of my computer a visual and a succulent color guide, if you will, a picture that I love with all of these different looking succulents. I'm going to use that as my guide for color combinations. I absolutely recommend doing something like that. Just go into handy dandy Google, look up succulents, check out the images, find one you love, and use that as your inspiration for finding your color combinations. All right, now I'm gonna get to dyeing. Okay, so here are still wet succulents that are probably a much more non-traditional kind of color, but you still get that succulent vibe from there, don't you? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go clean up my hands, clean up this mess, and I'm gonna pop these in what I have a new wave oven that I have here in the studio, and it's a quick way to dry the flowers. I put it in for 350 degrees for about 5 minutes, keeping an eye on them. Now you need to remember, disclaimer here, you need to do your research first and make the best decision for your own family when it comes to drying the flowers. Most of the time, I just let my flowers dry for 24 hours and they're good to go. But today we are gonna pop them over in the new wave oven that I have whenever I feel like using that. I do not use it for food or anything else. It is solely for me to dry my flowers. Some people do like to use an oven. I strongly urge you to do your research and make a decision that's best for your family. We are putting wood products in an oven that have paint on them. And some people prefer to use latex paint, some like to use craft paint, whatever you use. I don't know what the chemical reactions can do when you do that. So keep that all in mind. So now I'm gonna go finish washing my hands, clean up my studio space, dry these flowers, and then we'll get to making the terrarium. That's gonna be a really hard word for me to say throughout this entire video. I can already sense this. Okay guys, so we have all of our succulents. They have been dried and the 5 minutes was perfect. So we've got our terrarium. You can find these all over the place. This is the one I picked for it. Here's some sand and some crystals. We'll see if we'll add those or not, or how many. I'll just pop this in here. I'm gonna guess it's easier to put in more sand than take out some sand, so kind of figure out how much we want in here. All right, I feel good about that. Put this on the side. Now, here's the question. Do we glue these in or do we just let them sit in the sand? I don't know yet. So I'm gonna start putting them in and then we'll make a decision, okay? I'm thinking we can just let these sit in there. We don't even have to glue them in place. And then if the recipient decides they wanna use these for something else, they can just take them out and use them for something else. Oh my gosh, this is so dang pretty. I'm not gonna use all of these. There's just no way. The other thing we could do is stem a couple of them and sink them into the sand a little bit more. Maybe that's what we'll do. so that we can give it some depth and layers. Oh my gosh, so cute. So, so cute. Okay, so I wanted to just do a quick little, these are all been stemmed up. We're gonna stem up this one. I wanted to show you guys a quick little tip or trick. Sometimes, now this is a really long tail, but sometimes the Sola flowers will have like some of the Sola wood coming out a little bit further. And what you can do, granted, if you have scissors, use the scissors, but I just have my clippers on hand. And then it creates a flat bottom for you. Get your stem, I like to use 18 gauge, twist it in there. Then I go grab my glue. I always do that two-step process. You don't have to, it just is easier for me. Bring that in, and now it's stemmed to go in here. So now, let's speed this up a little bit, and we're gonna pop all or some of these in here. All right? I did also purposely stem all of the flowers that have kind of a cone shape. Here's a good example. So that there's this open flower there, but like very pointed at the end. You guys, I'm so sorry too. The sun is starting to like full on come through the windows, and I know that's gonna play with the lighting a bit today. So hopefully it's not too bothersome. Here it is. It is a little bit extra. Even when I looked back on some of the making of this, we could have went with a few less succulents, gave it some breathing room, but we tend to be extra in my family. So, plus she can take out any of these and use them in a different way if she wants. So just think of it as I just gave her some extras to play with. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this so dang much. So, if she's watching this, which she better because she's my sister, if you don't love it, I'll take it back. No hard feelings, because it's like a unicorn succulent piece. I'm just so happy with this. I hope you guys loved this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, like always, make sure to drop them in the comments. We'll answer them as soon as possible. If you are loving these videos, can't get enough, want to make sure you are notified the next time a tutorial goes live, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. And to find out more about the 100+ Sola style flowers we carry in the shop, make sure to check out ohyourlovely.com. Until next time, you guys, this is Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, and you, my friends, are absolutely lovely. Bye, guys.